I've walked these streets long enough to know that the rain doesn't cleanse anything. It only hides the filth for a while, gives the city a wet sheen that fools the casual observer into thinking the grime is gone. But I know better. I've smelled it, touched it, cleaned it off walls and floors that will be filthy again by morning. Tonight, it's heavier than usual. The sky seems to weep with purpose, and I can't shake the feeling that someone out there is watching me, counting each drop that falls from the gutters. Every step I take through this station echoes like a warning. The fluorescent lights hum above, flickering intermittently, each burst of darkness feeling like it's in rhythm with my own heartbeat. I'm not sure why I still take these cases. Maybe it's curiosity. Maybe it's stubbornness. Or maybe it's the faint hope that the world still has a line, and I get to be the one to find it. But the last few weeks, there's been a pattern emerging. The kind of pattern that crawls under your skin and never leaves. Someone is deliberately punishing people, and it's methodical. Almost ritualistic. I lean against my desk, flipping through the reports again. Each victim is different, yet the same. Every detail screams cruelty with a purpose. The first one. An accountant, meticulous in every sense of the word, found in a room that smelled of decay and antiseptic. His body arranged neatly, almost ceremoniously, as if someone had a message to send, one that I haven't decoded yet. I rub my eyes, tasting the metallic tang of coffee that's been sitting cold since early morning. I hate that I've begun seeing patterns in everything now. In every shadowed alley, every dripping gutter, every person walking too quickly past me. I see sins where others see nothing, and maybe that's the worst part, that I can't unsee it. I hear a knock on the door, and I tense immediately. It's probably just the night clerk, or another officer dropping off paperwork. But every knock now feels like a herald, a signal that the darkness outside my office is inching closer. Detective? The voice is cautious, tired, like everyone else here. I nod without looking up. Yeah. They found another one. Downtown. Third in the last month. I swallow. The words taste like ash. 3. And the method is getting stranger, more elaborate. The killer, if that's even the right word, is leaving messages this time. Not notes, not obvious clues. But symbols. Signs. Small, cruel hints meant to provoke, to taunt, to make someone, maybe me, see the world the way they do. I grab my coat and step into the hallway. My reflection in the grimy windows follows me, a man too old for this, a man too tired for this, a man too stubborn to walk away. Outside, the rain turns into a fine mist, and the streets glisten like wet obsidian. Every step toward the crime scene is a step deeper into someone else's vision of punishment. I don't know what they want yet, but I know this isn't random. This isn't senseless. Every murder, every carefully orchestrated scene, feels like a lecture written in blood. And I can't help but feel that if I understand it, I might find a way to stop it. Or maybe I'll just see too much, and the city will swallow me whole along with it. I pull the collar of my coat up against the drizzle. Somewhere out there, the next lesson waits. And I have no choice but to attend class. The city smells different here. Not just rain and exhaust, but something heavier, metallic, almost, ritualistic. I pull my coat tighter around me and step off the curb, careful not to slip on the slick pavement. The alley is narrow, littered with refuse, and the streetlights flicker like a stutter in an old film. I can feel the weight of the night pressing down, suffocating, almost tangible. Yellow tape flaps in the wind, and a uniformed officer steps aside. "Detective," he says, voice low, "it's bad." I nod. I don't need him to say more. I've seen bad. I've walked into enough rooms that smelled like fear to know it when it's here. I duck under the tape and my boots echo against the concrete as I move closer. The scene hits me before I even see it. The smell, the arrangement, the precision. The body is there, almost posed, almost reverent. Not just a murder, an accusation. My stomach knots. I crouch slowly, careful to keep my distance. Every detail has meaning. The victim, a man, mid-30s, maybe 40, sits upright in a chair. His clothes are neat, almost too neat. There's a ledger open on the table in front of him. Every page smeared with red, but not haphazardly. The blood traces form lines, symbols, numbers. Someone wanted me to see the order in chaos. I run my fingers along the edge of the table, avoiding the obvious stains, my mind working in overdrive. What was the message? The uniformed officer behind me clears his throat. Detective, you should see this part. I nod again, keeping my gaze fixed. The killer left a note. Simple, typed, clipped to the ledger with a pin. I reach for it, careful. The words are brief, chilling. Lust devours the unguarded. Teach yourself restraint. I freeze. Lust. One of the sins. It isn't just a murder, it's a lesson. And someone is holding a masterclass, using the city as their classroom. My mind races. The victim's eyes are wide open, staring at nothing. I can't tell if it's fear, surprise, or something else. The positioning, the blood, the note, all deliberate. Someone wanted me to feel the weight of it. Someone wanted me to understand the punishment. I stand, brushing my coat against my legs. The alley feels smaller, walls closing in. Every shadow stretches and twists, and I'm acutely aware of my own heartbeat. I can hear it over the hum of the city, over the rain pattering on the pavement. 1 heartbeat. 2 heartbeat. A warning. I step back, taking in the entire scene. Everything has meaning. Nothing is random. My gut tells me this is only the beginning. Whoever is doing this isn't just killing, they're judging. And they've chosen me to witness it. I kneel briefly to examine the ledger again. The victim's finances are meticulous, as if someone wanted to punish him for indulgence, for desire unchecked by conscience. The message is clear, sins have consequences, and this killer has a moral code that terrifies me with its clarity. I glance around the alley. No sign of the killer. Only rain, only shadows, only the city whispering secrets it refuses to reveal. And me. Me, standing at the edge of a lesson I don't want to learn but cannot ignore. The note flutters slightly in the breeze. I can almost hear the killer's voice in the words, cold and precise, learn from this, or follow them. I straighten, trying to shake the unease. There's work to be done. Evidence to collect. Questions to ask. But deep down, I know the real work is understanding. Understanding how someone could take human desire and twist it into punishment. Understanding how far they will go. And understanding, inevitably, how close I am to the line myself. I take one last look at the ledger, the body, the symbols. The city feels alive tonight, watching, waiting, as if it knows that this is only the first in a series of lessons. I walk out of the alley, the rain soaking through my coat, thinking of the sins that will come next. And the truth that I will be forced to confront. I sit alone in my apartment, the city's wet neon bleeding through the blinds. I can't stop replaying the alley, the ledger, the note. Even the smallest detail seems loaded now, the angle of the victim's hands, the way the pages of the ledger were turned. My fingers trace the edge of the table, over and over, as if touching it again will reveal some hidden truth. The rain taps against the window like a metronome, each drop a reminder that time is moving, and so is the killer. I can feel it in my bones, these aren't random acts. They're deliberate. Each murder is a piece of a puzzle I haven't fully seen yet. I spread the reports on the table, lining them up in front of me, the first body in a rundown apartment, meticulous, cold. The second, found 2 weeks later, almost theatrical in its cruelty. And now this third, the ledger, lust, the note clipped carefully in place. It hits me suddenly, the pattern. The sins. One per murder. Each victim chosen to reflect an aspect of human weakness, a vice unchecked by conscience. Gluttony, greed, lust, pride, envy, wrath, sloth. 7 sins. 7 punishments. I lean back in my chair and close my eyes, trying to imagine the mind that could plan this, that could orchestrate this level of precision. But it's not just a mind, it's a philosophy. Someone who believes the world is broken, that people need lessons carved into them in the most literal, horrifying ways. I feel a chill crawl down my spine. I've read reports like this before, seen patterns, traced killers, thought I understood them. But this feels different. Clinical. Purposeful. And terrifyingly personal. Because it isn't just about the victims, it's about me too. I feel the weight of judgment pressing down on my chest, a silent accusation. How long before I realize I've already sinned in ways I haven't even acknowledged? Flashback, the alleyway, victim and note. The note flutters in my mind. Lust devours the unguarded. Teach yourself restraint. That word, teach, rings louder than it should. This isn't just killing. This is a lesson plan. I can almost hear the killer lecturing me, whispering through the rain-soaked streets. The city becomes a classroom, and I, unwillingly, am the student. I light a cigarette, inhale slowly, the smoke curling around me like a shield I don't really believe in. My reflection in the window is fractured by raindrops, broken into pieces the way I feel inside. I used to think I could separate myself from the darkness I saw every day. But the darkness isn't outside, it's in everyone. In me. In the victims. In the person orchestrating all this. Int. Police station, night. The next morning, I drag myself into the station, still smelling smoke and rain, eyes tired, mind racing. My partner, younger, brash, impatient, glances up as I enter. Another one? He asks. I nod slowly. The pattern's clear now. This isn't random. He frowns. Pattern? What are you talking about? 7 sins, I say quietly. 7 lessons. Each murder reflects one. The first was lust. This one, gluttony. Greed. Pride. I don't know yet. But I know they'll all be there. And we're running out of time before the next lesson begins. The words hang in the air like smoke. He shifts uncomfortably. Most people can't see the world this way. Most people want to believe there's order, that crimes are isolated, meaningless. But I've walked these streets too long. I've smelled the decay, seen the calculations. And I know, this is a philosophy written in blood. EXT, city streets, night. Later, I walk home, rain falling heavier now, drenching me to the bone. Every alley, every flickering street lamp, every shadow feels like it's watching. The city doesn't just hide crime, it conspires with it, keeps secrets, feeds sins. And somewhere, out there, the next lesson is being prepared. I tighten my coat around me and glance at my reflection in a puddle. My face is tired, lined, haunted. But my eyes are sharp. I have to be. If I lose focus for even a moment, someone else will pay the price. Someone innocent. And maybe, eventually, it'll be me. I pull my hat lower against the rain. The streets are quiet now, but that's a lie. The lessons never end. And neither can I. The warehouse smells like rust, mold, and something far worse, something deliberate. I can feel it the moment I step inside, a carefully curated stench that makes your skin crawl, a chemical undertone almost masking the reality beneath. My boots echo across the concrete floor, every sound amplified in the hollow, cavernous space. The uniformed officers step aside as I approach, their faces pale. I don't need them to tell me. I can feel the weight of this scene before I see it. Whoever did this isn't sloppy, they're methodical, deliberate, and terrifyingly patient. The body is there, but it's nothing like the first. This one isn't posed neatly in a chair, ledger in hand. No, this one is theatrical. Almost grotesque in its precision. The victim's limbs are arranged symmetrically, hands folded over the chest, mouth taped, eyes wide open, staring straight at a mural scrawled across the wall. Symbols, numbers, and words etched into the concrete with painstaking care. I crouch, careful not to disturb anything. The officer nearby whispers, "Detective, it's another note." I reach for it with gloved hands. Gluttony consumes the careless. Learn moderation, or be consumed. The word hits me like ice water. Gluttony. Second in the series. And the precision, the cruelty, it's escalating. I realize then that this isn't just punishment. It's messaging, philosophy written in flesh and blood. The killer doesn't just want the world to see. They want me to see, to understand, to internalize. I run my hand along the mural. It's not random. There are patterns, repetitions, a rhythm to the chaos. Whoever did this is meticulous, almost obsessive. And that obsession isn't just with the act itself, it's with the lesson, with the morality they're imposing. I step back and glance at the victim. He was a local restaurateur, known for excess, for indulgence. My stomach twists. It's horrifyingly specific. The killer is choosing targets with intent, matching sin to punishment with an accuracy that makes my own morals shudder under scrutiny. Flashback, the alley of the first victim. I think of the ledger, the first lesson, lust. Now gluttony. I see the emerging pattern, each crime a message. A judgment. And the deeper I go, the more I understand the inevitable truth, these murders aren't just about morality. They're about power. Control. Psychological domination. The killer is leading me, testing me, making me complicit simply by witnessing. I straighten and scan the room. Nothing else seems out of place, yet I can feel it. Every shadow is too deliberate, every detail a part of the narrative the killer is constructing. I realize that I'm not here just to investigate. I'm here to participate, whether I want to or not. Int. Police station, night. Back at the station, I pin the notes from both victims side by side. Lust. Gluttony. The sins are emerging, forming a map of human frailty, and the killer is marking each coordinate with blood. My partner comes over, frustration written across his face. "I don't get it," he says. "We're just chasing monsters. Why make it philosophical?" I look at him, tired, haunted. "Because it's never just the act," I say quietly. "It's the message. And messages, they linger. They force you to see the truth about yourself." He shifts uncomfortably. I know he doesn't understand, not yet. Most people never do. Most people see crime as isolated, chaotic. This is a morality play, and we're all actors in it whether we like it or not. Ext, city streets, night. Later, I walk home through streets that feel darker than before. Every puddle reflects more than light, it reflects the weight of judgment, the knowledge that every indulgence, every excess, every unexamined desire carries consequence. The rain soaks through my coat, my skin, my soul. I realize I am changing, even if I resist. The killer isn't just punishing the guilty, they're teaching. And I am being forced to learn, one lesson at a time. I sit in my apartment, staring at the 2 notes pinned to the wall like sinister bookmarks in a book I never wanted to read. Lust. Gluttony. 2 sins, 2 deaths, and an entire city trembling in between. The rain is relentless tonight, hammering against the windowpane, drumming into my skull with the rhythm of inevitability. I've been tracing the pattern all night. Every report, every detail, every rumor about the victims' lives. They all align like dots in a twisted constellation. Each person guilty in some way, chosen to embody one of the sins the killer is punishing. I rub my temples. I can feel the exhaustion crawling under my skin, but I can't stop now. Not when the next lesson is already in motion. I light a cigarette and inhale slowly. Smoke curls around me like a fragile shield against the darkness pressing from outside. The killer's message is clear: we are all flawed, all indulgent, all culpable. But I can't help thinking. Is it punishment if no one asked for it? Is it justice if the judge is unseen, silent, and ruthless? Flashback, crime scenes. Lust. Gluttony. Each body, each note, each grotesque display, forces me to examine more than just the victims' lives. I see myself in their sins. My impatience, my vanity, the compromises I've made over the years. I've tried to be the good cop, the one who sees the truth and acts on it, but what if the truth itself is the problem? What if morality is just another chain that binds us, and someone has decided to snap it against our skin? EXT, city streets, night. I walk the streets, coat soaked through, boots squelching in puddles. The city feels alive tonight, aware, almost mocking. Every shadow could be the next lesson waiting to be revealed. Every stranger a potential target. Every reflection in the rain-soaked glass reminds me that I am part of this story whether I want to be or not. I stop in an empty square and look up at the flickering streetlights. My reflection in a puddle stares back at me, fragmented and ghostly. I realize then that the killer isn't just punishing the guilty, they're teaching us all something. About fear. About desire. About consequence. About ourselves. Int. Police station, night. I present my notes to my partner. He leans over the table, eyes wide as I map out the pattern. Look. 2 down. Lust, gluttony. The order, the selection. It's based on the sins. Pride, envy, wrath, sloth, they're next. And the killer is working systematically. We're being led, drawn into their philosophy, like pawns in some cruel lesson plan. He shakes his head, disbelief etched on his face. So what do we do? I exhale slowly. We anticipate. We try to predict. But more than that, we prepare ourselves. Because the lessons aren't just for the victims. They're for us, too. And if we don't understand the rules, we'll become part of them. EXT. Rooftop, night. Later, I stand on the roof of a parking garage, looking down at the streets, glistening and dark. I pull my coat tighter. The wind whips rain across my face, and I feel the weight of the city pressing in, a living organism full of secrets and sins. Somewhere below, the next lesson waits. Someone else's vice is about to be judged. And I'll be there, forced to witness, forced to learn, forced to confront what it means to be human in a world that refuses mercy. I pull my hat low and watch as the city stretches endlessly before me. I know that this is only the beginning. The pattern is clear, the lessons inevitable, and the darkness, inescapable.